Hey guys, it's Bethany Drew here. So thank you for those of you who went along with my a little bit different schedule today. I'm checking in at 3:30 instead of my normal 2:30 time. My neighbor who normally brings the boys to trek on Wednesdays for me had a doctor's appointment, so I had to run the boys. So here we are on this crazy snowy day once again on April, what is it? Is this even Earth Day? Maybe it's tomorrow. So crazy that it's snowing, that it snowed 2 days in a row in April. So it is what it is, right? Here in Indiana, our bipolar month of we don't know what weather we're gonna get here. So I'm in a sweater today. That makes me a little sad, but I'm still rebellious. I mean, after the end of March, I don't get out my winter coat anymore. I'm not going to do it. But, so my son still has track. My oldest son, in high school, he still has a baseball game today. So, I'm kind of glad it's an away game because then I usually don't come to the away games. I usually go to the home games. And I really don't want to be sitting out in this weather. So, I told him good luck, gave him a hug, but oh my goodness, too cold. Anyhow, and then on Tuesday, it's supposed to be maybe in the 70s here. So you just never know what you're going to get in April in Indiana, right? So that's enough about the weather. And we are going to look at Garden Wishes today. It's a really pretty set. And I knew I was going to love the dies. The stamp set, I was like, dandelions. There's a little bit of sentimental there because my boys, especially Sam, my 5-year-old, but Colt will still sometimes come in with dandelions for me. But Sam, more often than not, when he's outside, he'll come back in with a bouquet of flowers for me. So dandelions are kind of sweet. They do bring back just those memories of when the boys want to love and bring you a bouquet of flowers and their dandelions. Because what mom doesn't like that, you know? I love it. And we put it in a little small jar or glass or vase. And I try to keep it around for a couple days when my boys pick me a bouquet of dandelion. So, hey, Teresa. So yes, thank you for those of you who are joining me. Just say hi if you're coming on. Hey, Deb. I know it's a surprisingly really beautiful set. So I hope you guys are going to like this. We're going to look at quite a few different things. This whole Garden Wishes, the whole bundle or suite, I guess, in this catalog has so much to offer. There's so much you can do with it. So let's get started and look, because that's what's fun, right? All right. Now, I was going to try to find it in the catalog here. Now, thankfully, neither of the stamp sets, so the Dragonfly and the Dandy Gardens, they are not retiring, but the designer paper will be retiring, and a lot of the other accessories in the whole suite will be retiring. Where did it go? Where's the Dandy Garden? Here it is. Okay, so the Dragonfly set, that is staying. This Garden Wishes and the and all of these cute dies, they will also be there, but I don't think, because it was offered as a bundle in the mini catalog, it will not be offered as a bundle, so you'll buy them separately. And that the only bonus to getting it as a bundle is you save 10% off, which is nice. I loved the look of a lot of these dies that cut out some of the stamped images and the extra little leaves and pieces, and it's just so much fun. And I think the page before this shows kind of the suite here. Okay, so there is so much stuff in this Dandy Garden suite. What I'm showing you, because I think I did a little video on some of the Dragonfly. That was one of the first sets I even got from the mini catalog here. But the Dandy laser cut paper, that's one thing that is retiring, and it's beautiful. I love the little pieces, and I'll be showing you little pieces of that. This was also a suite that has some of the Memories and More, a card pack. And we're actually using some of those in my class, and I'll show you some of those to you. And I love that some of the suites, there will be more in the new catalog too, that come out with the Memories and More card and envelopes, because then these designer cards and envelopes really match well with all the pieces in the Memories or More cards, and they can make really simple cards. And then this designer paper, the Dandy Garden 6x6 paper, is also retiring. And really cool, a lot of the images on the designer paper match with the punch even, and you can punch them right out, which is cool. So that's kind of all the elements. This is page 25 in the mini catalog here. And again, I want to say there are some things that are going and retiring. This catalog, because times are kind of switching from last year to this year, this catalog is good through June. So this stuff is not retiring till June. It's annual catalog, the stuff that's retiring this month. But still do make sure to check those out. The retired list and the clearance rack. There's a lot of stuff on sale. Okay, so if you come to my class, I still have 3 slots open, guys. So there's 3 spots left for my classes, and everyone gets to make 8 cards. And one of the card designs will look like this. And I just have thrown out different options for how you can put them together. But the designer paper or the card Memories and More card pieces are so nice to just slip and put on a background piece of paper. And then there's little sticker elements that come with the Memories and More card pack. And then our dies add a really great extra little simple element to a very easy, fast card. So these are the dandy, those Memories and More cards and envelopes. And the matching envelopes are really sweet. So here's some simple, really easy examples. So this is still, I actually turned this one inside out because I wanted to use this big card that says "You Are Loved." And when I was going to cover almost the whole thing, I thought, you know what, I'm just going to leave the inside printed. So I put this on one of those cards, added some stickers. That was no stamping, so super easy. This is also a no stamping card. I just put on a piece of the designer paper. These are all, these 2 things are stickers, the happy birthday and the sticker here. And then this dragonfly is from that detailed, that laser detailed cut paper, which is cool. So adding that with a glue dot, super simple. Now these are some that are a little bit stepped up. So again, some of our laser cut paper, I just put it over Misty Moonlight cardstock. And then I cut out this dandelion in some vellum and then added the layers, put some of the leaves in green, added a sticker. So a lot of, so many different ways to use these cards. Now here's another stepped up one. I added a layer of vellum over the card because, you know, sometimes you don't want to cover up too much of the design on the back of the paper. And then I used markers to color in the flowers and then cut them out. So when you have your dies, you can totally step it up a little bit more. And then I did add a little bit more in different greens, the grass and a couple more leaves. I think this is soft seafoam and then granny apple green. And granny apple green is what I used the marker on. Hey, Chris. Glad you made it on this weird different time. And then this element right here that I stamped Made with Love for a True Friend is a sticker. And then some of these other things are just stickers and extra little elements from the laser cut paper. So there's ways to step up or keep them super, super easy. So these cards are a lot of fun. So you will get to make one of those using, like I said, one of these designs you'll get to make on your own when you come to my class. And then we're using pretty seashells, so you'll get to make ones that could be a summer birthday or thinking of you or graduation. You're going to make 2 butterfly cards. You'll make one with the dragonfly. And using the daisy punch. So lots of fun. All right, so I'm going to show the next couple cards. I'm going to show simple ways to use these laser cut pieces. So this piece that kind of frames the dandelion is just so pretty. I love these laser cut pieces. They're so cool. So let me show you. They kind of come all on a sheet, but I've already popped them out. So they're laser cut, and they just pop out. Now these were the centers that popped out of the frame here. So of course I'm still going to use these. Don't throw your circles away. That could be awesome for a sentiment. So I'm going to use this piece again because it's so pretty. And there's all these other little thin pieces that you could put a little fine tip glue on or put a few glue dots on. There's little leaves. They are very fine, so you have to be gentle with them because they could rip, you know, even when you're trying to pop them out, you just have to be very careful because they're very fine. Those little dragonfly pieces, flowers, leaves. And then here's the other designs that could just go over the front of a card. So dragonflies, some leaves. This one's cool too. So really fun pieces to step up a card pretty quick and easy. Okay, so this one, super fast and easy, one layer card, you know, so there's no extra card stock besides my card. And I just stamped in black. And then I did use some blends to just color in, so I spotlighted the piece that's in the frame there. And then this Oh Happy Day is from the Many Messages. I love that stamp, the Many Messages. So this, we're gonna just step it up and do kind of the same thing. I'm gonna use crumb cake though, so we're gonna stamp on crumb cake and see how that looks just a little bit different. Let me get my, I do have some Stampin' Up! Bone folders, but Pampered Chef rubber scrapers work just as well too to make a nice crease on your card. Okay, so now I'm gonna stamp on the crumb cake here in black. And we'll stamp with the same stamp that I used with the white card here. I think my black pad is over there though. Guys, I have my video, please, no yelling. Heard a little bit of arguing with the boys there. All right. Hey, Holly. Okay, so the black Memento, I'm gonna ink up the dandelions here with the black Memento ink. And as you see on the back here, I forget to do it on some of my pads, but this one I got in 2015 and I didn't refill it till 2020. The Memento pad lasts for a long time. So friends, this is why I am so happy to brag about Stampin' Up! Products, because I use them myself. I love them. They're high quality and they do last you a long time. All right, so I just stamped that in Memento ink right on the crumb cake. And then this is a piece you could use your fine tip glue pen, but I'm a lazy stamper, I'll say. I just like finding the easiest route. So I'm taking my glue dots and I'm gonna just circle around the frame. If it comes off the edge when you're trying to put glue dots on a fine thing, that's fine. I'll just show you, you fold in. I'll put that on the biggest part of the dandelion there. One more here. Okay, so now on the crumb cake, this frame is going to pop just a little bit more than it did on the white on white. I forgot my little garbage is over by my table because I've had people over for classes. Again, if you want to try my classes, they are a fun way. You can bring friends. It's a great way to bring beginner stampers because I've already pre-cut most everything for you. They get to see the embossing folders in action. Most everything that's die cut I do for you, so it's nice and easy to put them together. Okay, so did you see I was just kind of rolling any of the glue dots if they went off the edge, so I don't get any sticky. And then I'm just gonna pop that so I can highlight, make sure those glue dots stick down. So they highlight the top flowers there. And you could just keep it black and white like that. There's nothing wrong with doing that either. But it's always more fun to add some color, right? So my Calypso coral are right here. We'll just do that. So I'm gonna color in the light. And again, you don't have to be perfect with how you color over. You can tell Calypso Coral is one of my favorite colors because that end is already starting to run out. I'm gonna go over with the light again, kind of blend that. This is the fun of the blends. You know, when I first went over, it's like, oh, that looks too stark of a difference. But when you go back over with the light and you blend those together, it doesn't look quite as like a drastic difference, which is really nice. And I think this is just jade. It doesn't matter what green, any kind of green. Now you could use your regular Stampin' Right markers. You can use your blends. You could actually bring out your watercolor, aqua painters. There's a lot of different ways you could color this in. So much fun that there's so many different options. And isn't that fun? That just kind of highlights that, makes it pop. And then for this one, I think I'll actually run it through an embossing folder too. Let's see what that looks like. Just to step it up one more notch here. I'm not sure which one I'm going to use, but we'll try. Okay, I always forget what this folder's called, but I ran it through this one. It kind of makes it look like stucco paint or something like that. It's pretty cool. I like it. That's fun. And what I did for my saying is I just pulled out, this is my little container again that I've stamped my, I'm starting, you can see the ones that I like the best. I was so glad that I stamped all those many messages in Versamark and did the embossing powder in white, because those stand out and are so pretty. But I think I'm going to use that one. I'm so happy to celebrate these moments with you. I'm telling you, that many messages one is awesome. Now, if you still wanted to add a little bit of color to that, I will commit and put this down, but you could add a little bit of ribbon or something. Oop. So I'll put this here. And let's pop this up on dimensionals. Do not throw away the edges of your dimensionals. They all stick. So use it all. I love our dimensionals. So nice. Use them all the time. So I think I do want to add just a little bit more color. I'm going to take, since Calypso Coral is close to that terracotta. Thank you guys. It is pretty, isn't it? Who knew that dandelions could be so pretty? Okay, so this ribbon is retiring. I'm going to use this. I love this ribbon. It came in in colors that are going. So this is terracotta tile, which is very, very close to Calypso Coral. And I'm just going to tie it in a little knot and let that be the accent, because it is close. I'm trying to twist it here so that I can have, yeah. So both the pretty sides, and you see the colored scallop. We'll just trim that a little bit. Let's see, where do I want to add? I thought I was going to add it here, but I don't know, maybe I'll add it right there. Because I don't really want to cover up the frame. Let me get a bigger glue dot here. Glue dots are awesome too, guys, because glue dots are great with ribbon. So I'm so happy to celebrate these moments with you. Isn't that fun? And very fast. Fast and easy, but yet, wow. Still kind of a wow card, right? So there's the real simple one. And I still, you guys, white is just so classic. So it is really pretty. And there's the crumb cake one with those same pretty little frames. So those are laser cut pieces. Here's one more with the laser cut piece. And again, I just put some glue dots on a lot of the leaves behind there. So I found the bigger space. And I did put some glue dots in the corners and I rolled them like I showed you. So that's one of the laser cut pieces. So pretty. When I was taking it out, this piece right here, I don't know if you can see that. This piece here ripped. Okay, so it is fine and thin, but no problem. I'll just find a saying. I don't want to finish. Sorry. I don't know why Facebook sometimes, it freaks me out because it's started to say finishing up, but I don't want to be done. You guys still there? I got a little piece of... Okay, so again, this is from the many messages. Thankfully, this one is not retiring. Yay. The many messages will still be around, and the die that it matches with is awesome. Okay, so there's where that ripped. So I'm going to put my message right over where it tore. So voila, no one will ever know that it tore. And if you wanted to add a few little extra accents, you could, like some sparkly glitter enamel dots or something, you could, but look how simple. I just put designer paper, that laser cut piece, and a piece from my many messages, and done. Happy anniversary. And it's still very pretty, right? So laser cut pieces, those are fun and pretty, and those will be going. So if you haven't gotten those and they're tempting, you might want to place an order this month. And with this code is good through April 26th, I think I said. Close to the end of April. Okay, one more thing I wanted to show you, because I think this was kind of a treasure that a lot of people missed, and I never got into getting to do a video over it either, was these, what are they called? Lasting Elegance dies. I didn't even get the stamp set that matched it, but Lasting Elegance dies have this cool little border, and it's got a corner, and then this pretty piece that cuts out those flowers. So some fun little elements that you can add to make a simple card pop and really easy. So here's a card that I just cut out that border, and then I cut out the flowers, and then I just stamped Made with Love for a True Friend. That's from this Garden Wishes stamp set. Let me show you the actual stamp set here. Okay, so this stamp set has Made with Love for a True Friend, wishing you all the best from all of us. Your acts of kindness are like a breath of fresh air. I love that one too. And it has a little hello in there. It's got little wispies for the dandelion. So some fun stamped images. And I like the sayings in there. So I put this over, this was like celebration paper from last year even. So it's this is a fun die to put over some pretty designer paper. Just slap on cardstock, put a saying on there, and you're ready to go. So fun. Fast and pretty easy. Now I'm gonna show you a different card. Just using one of our new in colors. So if you didn't check me out last week, I did show you guys all the new in colors, and I will show you once again. These are the new in colors, and they are gorgeous. I really love these new colors. This is probably my favorite. The Fresh Freesia is such a fun purple. And this is the awesome thing about Stampin' Up. They have everything coordinates. So you can get a marker in that color. You can get the blends. You can get this really pretty satiny ribbon in all the in colors. Isn't that pretty? Ribbon. It's like a sheer. So there's Fresh Freesia. Evening Evergreen is a really deep, pretty dark green. This, what I'm going to use today is the Pale Papaya. So it's a very peachy, it's a really pretty color. The Soft Succulent. I thought this was close to mint, but it's actually, it is different than mint. I showed you guys that last week. And then we also have Polished Pink. And again, it's different from Melon Mambo. It's different from Flirty Flamingo. So it's a different bright, because here we go. This cardstock right here is Melon Mambo. So it's lighter than Melon Mambo, but it's deeper than the Flirty Flamingo. So with this card, I've already cut out to this detail with those, what is the dies called again? With the Lasting Elegance dies. And I believe these are on sale, guys. So if you want these, they are on sale right now. If I can find my catalog. I just found it. I think in my catalog I recorded dies that are on sale and what they're on sale for here. So let me find those. I mean, guys, in the dies, I'm so sad that they're retiring, the Wreath Builders. These Wreath Builder dies are amazing. If you don't have those, I don't think I'll be selling those. Where is the Lasting Elegance? Oh, wait, these are bundle ones. Bundle, bundle, bundle. The butterflies are retiring. Those are on sale from $39 to $23. These detailed bands, I really loved the detailed bands too. $38. They're only $15, $20 right now, guys. The dino ones, they're on sale for $14. The dinos, they're so cute. I don't think I can get rid of them either. Even though my boys are starting. Oh, guys, look at this. Lasting Elegance. They were $34. They are on sale for $8.50. They might even be gone already. So I'm sorry if I'm pointing this out and they're already gone. Because at that price, I bet they're going fast. $8.50. Wow, that's totally worth it. Even if you only make 10 cards your whole life, $8.50 for that dies is awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna stamp using my markers now. So let me clean off my stamp. Okay, another treasure for $8. If you don't have a chamois yet, the chamois comes and it's like, it feels hard. You just run it under your sink, you get it all wet. You wring out kind of the excess water. You just want it damp. But I'm telling you, this cleans so much better than our old cleaning pads did. I love it so much. There's no lint or fuzz on there. And they really do clean them well. And so for the most part, you don't even have to use the Stampin' like mist cleaner. Okay, so I'm gonna use the markers today on this. And this is the beauty of our Stampin' Right markers. Most of you guys watching, you've used the markers before, you know and love them well too, right? They are just so much fun because this is how you get multicolor on your stamps. If you want just the flower part to be one color and you want to color your leaves in green, that's what the beauty of the markers. Now, when I am coloring, I usually like to add my light color first. So I'm coloring over with the Pale Papaya first. Looks like I didn't clean it well enough. I'm getting some of the black. Hopefully that doesn't come through. So coloring Pale Papaya, and then I'm gonna There is a journaling tip, so the thin tip, and then there's a picture there with a bigger brush, and there's a thicker line to show you that this is the thicker brush part. So the thicker brush part is what you want to actually color over your stamp with. And this is just personal preference. I find that I do more multicolor with the markers with our true red rubber. The photopolymer sometimes can be a little bit finicky with the markers, but not all the time. I have used the markers with the photopolymer too, so. But I'm telling you, I haven't gotten a whole lot of sleep lately. My husband's been gone, and I never really sleep well. You know, when you're, I don't know how many of you, it's like when your spouse is gone, I just don't sleep as well. And that's the time I miss him the most, when at bedtime, you know, when you want to go to sleep. And it's been so cold lately too. I'm like, I'm cold, I miss you. And then I have a friend whose mom is in hospice care, and I've been helping her out, and went to visit her. Was it just last night? It was. All these days are running together. So I love you, Candy. My friend Candy, her mom is going to heaven soon. It's never easy. She's been sick for a long time, but you never want to say goodbye. So I've been sending her cards lately too, and just trying to hang out with her and help with her mom. So it's been a busy week, and it's been kind of a, I don't know, because I haven't been sleeping, I just feel more emotional too. You guys know how that goes, right? Oh my goodness. So, but this is one reason, again, I love making cards, because I love sending the love in the mail to people. And I wish I thought of it even more often. Now I'm going to take my what is this called, guys? Wink Estella glitter brush. And I'm going to put it just over the dandelion part. That'll add a little bit extra sparkle too. And then I cut out one of these little extra kind of dandelion cut pieces, and we're going to add just a little hello. Let's see. So I use soft succulent. I'll probably use that. I'll use that ink pad to ink up hello. I know you guys are some of my favorite people who come and watch me too, because I know, Teresa, I know you love, that was way too hard. Okay, so when you have little stamps, you do want to, especially in our new ink pads, they're really juicy. You only need to do light tap. So I'm turning that over. I'm using the other side, even though the other side is, there we go. Much better. Light tap. And you don't want to rock back and forth. You want to just stamp directly down. So not as pretty because it's on the other side, but that's okay. That's a way to save yourself. There's always two sides, right? But I know from Chris, from Deb, from Holly, I think most of you guys that are watching even, I have received Happy Mail from. I love you guys. It's just so awesome. All right, so we're going to put a little hello. Let's put a dimensional under there. Pop it up. And I think I'm going to add, I'll show you how pretty. Because I got the ribbon in all the colors, guys. So here's the pale papaya. And let's see. I think I want to try to I'm going to tie it underneath, and we'll put the bow right by, well, that was probably a little bit too much, but that's all right. I'm going to put the bow kind of close to the hello there. Okay, when I'm tying a bow, actually make that a little shorter. I might even be able to use the excess. When I tie a bow, most of the time, I like to make a knot first, because then it's easier to actually tie the bow for me. So I want to hold that so it's nice and tight. Slightly tricky with the that border cut out of it right by the edge, but that's all right. As far as how tight the ribbon should be. Yeah, let's start over. One ear. And then once you get that little bow tied, you can adjust how big you want your bow to be. And yeah, I think I can probably use this one. I can use and just tie a knot and be an accent somewhere for another card, because that's plenty of ribbon. Okay. Hello, that could just be a hello friend, just a thinking of you, just because card. We'll stick some dimensionals on the back there too. In the corners. Maybe one just to be safe and hold that ribbon there. In the bottom corners, or no, that was the top. Aw, thank you, Teresa. I love you too. You say I'm a blessing, but it goes both ways. You guys are a blessing to me too. That's what I love about it. And being a stay-at-home mom for almost 18 years now, Stampin' Up! Has been a blessing for me to get to know new people and get to know and talk and chat with adults when I've just been home with the kids. This has been a great way to meet new people. All right, isn't that pretty? The name of, these, what are they again? Lasting Elegance. Here they are. Lasting Elegance dies on page 181 in the annual catalog, and they are on sale for $8.50 right now. Again, a hidden treasure that I think a lot of people didn't see, because look how pretty that is. That was so fast to cut those. So I cut out the border, and then I cut out the flowers down there, just slapped it over designer paper, and just put a saying on there, and you got a card, right? Or this is nice to just put that little border there and add some stamps on there. And again, really pretty, easy card, right? So fun. So Lasting Elegance dies are those ones that are on sale, super, super sale. And again, I'm so sorry if they are already gone, because they're on a mega sale. They might already be gone. But you know what, Teresa? I think you've got enough dies. You won't be too sad if they're gone, right? But they are pretty and they're fun. Oh, do you think they're gone? Darn it. See, that's always my problem too when I'm trying to show retired stuff, because it's while supplies last, so it may already be gone. But you know what, Teresa? You can always come over and borrow mine if you want to cut out a few. All right. Oh, and I did want to show you, a close-up here of all the dies that, like, this is a lot of dies that come with the Garden Wishes, that cut out the big dandelion pieces, the grass, the bee, I think there's is there? No, there's not a butterfly. And the leaves too. I saw some people using these leaves as cute alternative, like Christmas cards too, as kind of a little, tiny pine tree. So lots of ways to use the dies too. So next card. Next. I'm going to show you some blending. I know I've shown you blending brushes before, but it's so fun to make like a sunset. It's just so pretty, and it's fun to experiment with different colors too. Okay, so our blending brushes are really a wonderful thing. I'm making a mess here. I'm gonna start with the orange on the bottom. And this is where you can totally experiment with mixing and matching colors. All right, so I'm gonna get some orange on here. Now again, you wanna start off of your paper so you don't get a big, like a blob. And some people hold the handle. I tend to hold a little bit of the head of the brush too. I feel like it keeps it a little bit more stable. I don't know, I might just be talking. But this is my orange one. Okay, and then I'm gonna do a little, this is Daffodil Delight, so a little yellow. And here's my yellow brush that I use with all my different yellows. So I'm gonna start on the side here and blend this in the middle. And I'm telling you, it's just so fun to blend these colors. It's awesome. And I'm gonna come back and use all of them again. Yes, Holly, that's so funny. The pine trees from Whoville. That's totally what they kind of look like. Funny. Okay, so now I'm gonna put a little ink on. This is Highland Heather. So one of my purple ink pads. Start off the side, and I'm blending this on the top. And again, I tend to blend and move my brush in circles. You can try other things, but that seems to work the best for me. All right, now I'm gonna go back with kind of all my colors. So orange, when you first buy these brushes, just rub them on your face. They're so soft. I love these brushes. They really are awesome. They're great for blending. The orange I'm using is Pumpkin Pie here. Go back in with some more Daffodil Delight. And I'm gonna go up into the yellow again, or up into the purple. And even start a little bit further down in the orange too. Isn't it fun to see those colors like blend together? Hence blending brushes. So you can keep adding as much as you want. You can make some parts deeper if you want, and keep going. I want the purple to be just a little bit stronger, so there we go. And it's a workout for your fingers when you do the blending brushes. But fun, because it's so pretty. Okay, so that was Pumpkin Pie, Daffodil Delight, and then Highland Heather for the little purplish top. Now I'm gonna show you another fun thing, because when I first saw these dies, I thought these would be perfect for a little silhouette card. Okay, so I'm doubling up. So I used this die and cut it out, and I already cut it out over the adhesive sheets. Now again, I'm showing you lots of little treasures here because I think the adhesive sheets, and I've shown you them before, but I think they're overlooked and a lot of people miss that they are there. Because when you have intricate dies like this, Now you can use glue dots on the base there, but then the other things are just kind of dangling there. Now, when you use adhesive sheets, it's pretty much just a sticker and you can stick it right down, which is fun because then the whole thing is sticking down. So I'm going to put that right there. And then this is the one I cut out fully, and I'll just, let's see, I want to layer it a little bit. All right, so peel the backing off, and when you peel the backing off of the adhesive sheet, oh, voila, you have just made your whole die, intricate die, a sticker. So they're really a beautiful thing to have when you've got some of those intricate dies. All right, so I want to offset it just a little bit so you can see all those fun little dangly pieces. And I'm not going to trim the black off yet. I might trim it off if it goes the full length of the card, but we'll see here. And isn't that pretty? That just looks like a silhouette. Yes, Teresa, you love the blending brushes. They are so fun. I love them too. Let's see, I'm gonna switch out. We might have to make this fun. Because it won't fit across just stamping on it. So I'm gonna have to add it onto white paper. So I'm pulling out some scrap paper and I will just cut it out then. I've had a lot of random people calling me lately. So many telemarketers out there. Go away. Okay, so your acts of kindness are like a breath of fresh air. Now, I think I'll cut those out on the white, but I want to add just another pop of, I think the kindness one I want to pop in the Highland Heather color. So I'm going to take a piece of Highland Heather, I'll ink this up again. There's just different ways. I just want the word kindness, so I'm going to stamp that up here. And I really love my paper snips best for cutting out all these little words, but I think they're over at my table again. We'll attempt to just cut this with the normal scissors. It's kind of my junk scissors, actually. All right, so I'm just cutting out kindness on the purple. Oh no, I smeared it. I have been finding that sometimes my Memento pad does your acts of kindness. Sometimes my Memento pad does smear a little bit right after I've stamped. So you do want to be careful. Because I'm cutting right around them, I don't know, we'll see if I can save it. I feel like just in the last couple years, this has become more popular of cutting out our phrases and our words. Okay, so I'm going to put these first kind of like, where do I want to see them on the card? Your acts of kindness. See if I can save that. Or like maybe I'll redo it. Sometimes I do have a little bit of perfectionist in me. Sometimes, not always. But the white really pops out so much. All right, so I just want to redo our like a. That's a little bit thinner, but that's all right. The blends are definitely, these blending brushes are so much fun. Okay, your acts of kindness are like a breath of fresh air. Now I'm not sure if I want to, I might keep that all together. Let's see how that looks. You can experiment when you're cutting out. So I want to cut out right around the breath. And there goes my neighbor to go pick up the boys. Thank you, Sarah. It is nice to have a neighbor when we've got 2 boys in track that can help carpool. And then it's lovely having a high schooler who drives because he can take himself everywhere. It really is amazing. Beautiful things to every stage of life, isn't there? I have a friend who just had a newborn baby. A new friend. I don't know her really super well, but man, when you think back to the newborn stage, it is such an exhausting stage, right? Like, it's exhausting. But it's so beautiful, and they don't stay helpless forever, right? Okay, so your acts of kindness. This is when, after I cut it out, then it's like, okay, where do I want to put these? And you kind of line it up how you want it. Your acts of kindness are like a breath of fresh air. And sometimes it doesn't look quite as good as you imagined it would be. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I want to just... Man, all of a sudden I have... Everybody wants to call me today at this time. I don't know. What do you guys think? Good enough? You like the one in purple? Or is that too much? I don't know. I think I like it stacked like that. I'm going to put it up on little mini dimensionals here. Oh, you like breath in purple too, maybe? Teresa, that's possibly a good idea. That might even it out. See, this is why I love that you guys come live. Help me out here. All right, so we'll put... Your acts of kindness are like a... I'll try that. Where did I put my purple cardstock here? Take that saying out one more time here. Glad I have you guys. All right, just inked up that again. Let's cut out breath. That actually probably will look pretty good with that trimmed off. And now I'm just going to cut around breath. Now I'm not sure if I want to keep it straight like I did with kindness or cut around it. We'll check out what it looks like straight first. Oh, you're right, Teresa. That does look better. I'm just going to keep them all straight. It's easier. Woohoo! Another purple word for the win. Right, Teresa? You just can't put too much purple on a card. There we go. This one I cut pretty thin, so that's why I like these mini dimensionals. They are nice. They fit on pretty skinny pieces there. Straighten that out here. All right. That one took a little bit longer than what I was thinking with the whole changing the sentiment, but that's all right. Now I used Daffodil Delight, so the brighter, but I'm going to use So Saffron. I know, always purple. You're right. Make the crease here. And you know, now that I've got those purple words, it's going to look better matted in purple too, isn't it? Yes, it is. Yeah, that looks pretty, doesn't it? Sometimes you just gotta mat a card. And often when I mat a card with a whole piece of cardstock, I'll cut something out of the center, but I'm not gonna do that right now. Or punch, or just because it's like, oh, all that cardstock that I didn't use. I think I'll trim this off at the purple layer here. And then we'll take that down. Yes, Holly, you say, oh yeah. The purple matte really made it pop, didn't it? That makes it so much prettier. And it really makes the sentiment pop too, doesn't it? So fun. All right, so blending brushes are awesome to make a pretty simple, fast sunset, you know. And then the black is just the perfect thing to set it on to make it look like a silhouette in the sunset. Thank you guys. Yeah, that turned out pretty. Okay, so real quick, these sheets come in, like, I think it's 6 by 12 sheets. So what I did was I cut off a piece of black cardstock, and then I cut out the same size of cards or piece that I needed for the adhesive sheets. Now I'm going to show you. I've got a 6 by whatever the rest of this was, 7 and something. Piece of white, because white is a pretty pop of color too, like over dark colors, like I did on this card with the white over dark colors. It looks really pretty. So I do that plenty, so I'm just going to show you. I just kind of do it ahead of time, and I'll do a bigger piece. So here it says peel here. So when you get your adhesive sheet, you will peel here. You'll peel it off. All right. This waxy piece, that's the garbage, okay? So you'll throw that away. And then your paper, I still haven't figured out what's the easiest way for me to line this up, because this is all really sticky, so you just want to be careful. So I'm laying it down sticky side up, and I'm going to try to line up the ends. And then I'm just going to put it down. Now sometimes it does, oh, Sometimes it does that. And if it does, use your, like it crinkled a little bit on me when I set it down. Just use your bone folder or something flat and get it as flat as you can, and it will still work. But now you've just stuck that on there. Now you can cut things out. Oh, and of course I just got a little black on there. Boo-hoo. And trim off. I'm going to trim off because mine went a little crooked. This is why these are my gunk scissors, because I do trim my these adhesive sheets. If you get any excess that didn't stick to the paper, you do want to trim it off, because then it's just got sticky everywhere. So trim it off. And then I can use these to cut out whatever I want, and then you just peel off the backing like I showed you on the black ones, and voila, you have stickers that you can add to your card. So the adhesive sheets are amazing. Let me see if I can find them in the catalog for you guys. Sometimes it's a matter of like, okay, where? It'll be somewhere close to where the die cutting machine, here it is. Okay, so in all of your accessories, machine tools for your the Big Shot for the die cutting and embossing machine. On page 172 in the annual catalog right now, adhesive sheets, they're $10 and you get 12 sheets of them. So that's just what I showed you, $10. The number is 152334 for those adhesive sheets. And you don't have to use them with everything, but it really is nice with those really intricate dies, because then when you peel it off, it's a sticker. I think they're keeping the sticky sheets, Teresa. Let me actually check. I can't open up and show you guys the new catalog. I know many of you already have it, but I'm not allowed to show the inside of the card or the catalog yet. But let me look under machine 9. Oh, yep. Yep, the adhesive sheets are staying, so they are not, oh, I see, Holly, you just answered that. They will not be retiring the adhesive sheets. So yeah, that's something you can continue to order, which is awesome. Okay, let me show you one more card. What time is it? I don't know. I know I started a little bit later than normal here. This is the new polished pink. And here's some paper. I'm just using some scraps. That's the butterfly paper that went super fast when the butterfly stamp set came out in its like early release. I'm very sad that Stampin' Up! Isn't keeping that paper in the new catalog. I really thought they would. But maybe they'll come out with some more butterfly paper that matches the dies for our new celebration, because there will be another celebration that will come up in August, and maybe they'll do that. Okay, what I do here, I think I want to make these a little bit shorter so that they fit inside. So I'm going to trim these down. To 4 inches. I don't know why I'd cut them at 4 1/4. Just so that there will be a little bit of a border of pink there. And I'm gonna add these fun, now I did this on watercolor paper. I'll show you. I did another one that I don't know, maybe, no, I'm not gonna add. I'm gonna put these on a different one. Watercolor paper is so much fun, guys, because it adds just a little bit of a different texture. Can you see how on these, there's actually kind of little water spots? Let me show you what I did. So I'm telling you, I'm like full of the techniques today, aren't I? So I'm gonna do another one with 3 layers here, and these are all cut out of our watercolor paper. I'll show you our packages. I just ordered a new pack because I was kind of running low, but this is fluid watercolor paper, so it's a little bit smaller. It doesn't come in a huge size. So again, you don't use it on everything, but it's so thick and it really takes the water well. Our fluid watercolor paper. So Typically when I've seen other people watercolor, this is what I like doing the best, is putting a little bit, so I'm using polished pink. I'm gonna put a little bit more there. Polished pink, one of the new colors here. And when you're using watercolor, you have time to watch, do one more card? Good, Teresa. I am gonna do one more. I don't even know what time it is, but I'm making waffles for dinner tonight and they don't take too long to make. So we'll be good. That's one thing my boys are always a little bit excited actually when Joe leaves for some time, because we do a lot of breakfast for dinner. But I've been trying to eat better, so I'll probably just have eggs and a salad. Unfortunately, I love waffles and French toast and all those things I've been making for the boys, but I'm not eating them myself. Okay, so because water paper is so thick, it can handle being very wet. So I am wetting this really good because I think you'll see when you put the water, or when you put a color over the paper before you've dried it, it doesn't blend as well. Now, when you add color to the watercolor paper after you've watered it, look, I'm just tapping it and it kind of blends out. So cool. I love it. So I'm just tapping it in the center first, because I kind of want the center to be the darkest at first. And then spreading it out to the outsides. Now, I probably gave myself way too much ink refill. I only need one little drop. You never know. So you know what? Because I did that, I got one more little piece here. We'll just do that one too. So I'm getting it wet, even though I still had pink on it. That's fine. Again, I let that sit and get dark in the centers. Now I'm going over all the flowers. Now we can dip back into that. I'm starting in the center again because I don't want my the outsides to be too dark. I like them light. This is where watercoloring, it's never going to look the same. It changes. It's just really fun because it always looks a little different. And it's fine. It's okay if there's a little bit of white on some of the edges. So I'm just going over. Okay, now to quick set, I'm gonna take these over and I'm just gonna blow over them with my heat tool. Okay, so they've got pink on them. They're covered, a little bit multicolored, but I'm gonna dry them a little bit faster. Okay, so I just dried them a little bit. They're still damp, but it's fine. Now the cool thing, after I've dried it a little bit, when you go back in, and I'm gonna squeeze my aqua painter so water's coming back out of it. I'm gonna squeeze it so it just kind of drips. And I'm hitting the side of my hand so I'm not touching it with the drips. Or maybe I'll flick it. I don't know, there's a lot of different ways to get it to drip. That one came out big. So I'm flicking it over and it's kind of dripping on the flower, on each flower. All right, now it doesn't look like anything really right now, but I'm gonna go back and dry those flowers again. And it's cool because where you've let the water drip, it almost takes the color, the ink back out of the flower, and then you'll see little spots on it. So it's very fun. You're making Philly cheesesteak? That sounds yummy, Teresa. Now for the patient stamper, you could just let it sit and let them dry instead of using your heat tool. But look at those now. You see just the little spots? It may not be a huge difference, but I still think it's such a cool technique. When you do a big background, you can do that too. So let's add just some color. So this is polished pink designer paper. I'm gonna add just a piece of, I think it's like 2 inches by 4 1/4, or 2 inches by 4. So just 2 by 4 piece. Put that up in the corner. Let's emboss this just for some fun texture. Let's see. Oh, another thing I'm so sad about is this the wood plank embossing folder is going. But let's keep it subtle. I think this is actually called subtle. I'm gonna use this one. Because it's fun. And there's a reason it's called subtle. Can you even see that? A little bit of texture that it gives. It's not real obvious, but it's still fun. Let's see. I'm gonna add a little bit of bling. So this is gold glitter. I don't even know if these are in the new catalog or not, but we're gonna do it anyhow. Because I'm telling ya, a little bit of bling goes a long way, doesn't it? Put a strip of seal on that. Did I get that straight? Then we can pop this one layer up with dimensionals. And then we'll add our pink flowers that we watercolored over the white layer probably here. So this is where hopefully you're seeing the versatility of this set, because it can be really subtle colors, or look at how awesome it looks in these bright pops of color too. How fun is that? Okay, so which one's my wetter and my drier ones here? I think these are the ones I just did. And how cute are they? So cute. I'll probably put glue dots in the center of these. to layer them. Now you can layer them right over each other, or you could layer them like opposite. I think I'm gonna try first layering them like kind of right on top of each other. And I'm just bending them a little bit there. Oops. Get it glued on that one. Now these ones, when you're just using these, it seems like they want some sparkle in the middle. Sparkle Bling is calling my name, I think. And then I can put a dimensional on the back of that and put it together. So cute. And then here's the other one. We'll put it kind of right next to it. And this one came out a little lighter, but isn't that fun? The little spots on there, just different texture. Oh, you don't see the glitter paper? Why don't we have glitter paper? Maybe it'll come out in celebration time or something, because I love our glitter paper. It adds so much sparkle. You're not seeing the glitter paper in this caddy or the new? I don't know. I'll try to look and see if it's the new catalog. All right, I'm just taking my finger and kind of fluffing up the flower here. So that's fun when you've got all these die cut pieces. You can really make it. You'd have to write a note, like, because yes, it'll get squished in the mail, but say, hey, when you open your card, refluff your flowers. Give them a little note. Say, fluff it up, because it's so pretty when you fluff it. Oh my goodness. And then I think I'll just make a little bow with some white baker's twine. We'll put that somewhere in the middle here. And what all things do I have to say here? Trim that off, put that on with a glue dot. It's coming together. Now this card is using different colors, and it is very different, but Tammy, shoot, now can't remember her last name. Tammy Wilson, I think. She's one of our artisan design team members, and she's somebody that really does inspire me. She makes a lot of cute stuff. And something that I saw looked similar to this. So some ideas are completely from my brain, and then some ideas are, I tweak, but I'm inspired. I'm always inspired by somebody with different ideas and color combos and all that. So, oh, you know what I forgot? I just saw the little wispy. I think I can still stamp it. Sorry, squirrel. That was a total like whoop moment. Destruction. I'm going back to this other one that I made because I forgot to do the little wispies of them flying away in the pale papaya. Isn't that so pretty? A little fun addition to the dandelion, making those look like they're flying away. So, sorry. That was in the pale papaya because I markered it up. Okay, now, back to what I was doing. Where's my scrap black paper? This to me is just calling. It needs a saying on black paper. But what should I say, guys? Which one should I use? Should I say made with love for a true friend? Or I think I do like that one. made with love for a true friend. I'm not gonna make the card, but I did stamp we've got this other stamp and the die that matches with it. So here's, I used my markers again, and I think I actually used a little sponge and sponge Magenta Madness in the center. So I used two different pinks, just to show you that. Let me get some scrap Aladdin. And my craft white. If you don't have craft white, get it. I also need to put this on a block. Here we go. Now, if you get our Stampin' Up! Sells the graph paper here, or grid paper, however you want to say it. If you line it up straight on the grid paper and then stick your block down and stick it, it's a nice way to just get it straight if you need it to be perfectly straight. But I'm cutting this out, so that didn't even matter. Thought I would still, I stamped that in pink. Oh, people. Wow. Okay, so I'm inking this up in the white craft. I'm gonna wash that off. Clean stamp. And we'll trim this down. I'm going to cut it just at a diagonal there. I'm going to trim right over the top of it there. And we'll tuck it in under that top flower. Let me see fuzz. You also want to be sure, or just be careful, when you stamp with the white craft, it's wet. So you just don't want to smear it. Put a couple of dimensionals on there. I'm holding the sides of my cardstock. And we'll tuck that in there. Boop, boop. Isn't that so cute? Bye, friend. Yes, I know my kids are getting hungry too. Supper. Oh, you see, I don't have to worry about my husband's appetite right now. Not till after the weekend. Okay, that was my last card that I was going to show you to do, but I do have one more card to show you. So thank you, ladies, for those of you who came back to the replay. Thank you for those of you who are watching the replay. I have one more card to show you. This is kind of stepped up. Again, Tammy Wilson inspired me with this card. And I used the watercolor paper with, what colors? I think that's Coastal Cabana. Yeah, Coastal Cabana. And looking at the glitter dots, that just reminded me that I want to add some centers there, because that's not complete without a little bit of a pretty sparkly center. So these are those dies. They're just so pretty. So you can make cards with any colors with these. They're just, the sky's the limit, right? Okay, so in the center of these, I want to get out some sparkle bling. I got, this whole case says just sparkly, some of my sparkly bling. And it's all fun. But what do I want to put in the center? I don't know. Actually, maybe I'll put these. I don't even know what's current anymore. But these are fun. See, now when you put some bling like this in the center of your flowers, typically I put a layer of paper towel over it and then put it in my envelope. You may need to put some extra postage depending on how tall. These are pretty tall, but how tall those, a lot of our new enamel dots and stuff are pretty flat. Like these are nice and flat. So you wouldn't have to put extra postage on those. But some of these are pretty big and you may have to add a little extra. Now the fun thing about the blends markers is you can actually color on our rhinestones, on plastic. Now, I think I need to get my new Daffodil Delight out, or a different yellow. Yes, my Daffodil Delight is running low. So I did just get a new one. Oh, wait, this. I'm adding the Mango Melody actually to right over those little accents. So we have rhinestones, pearls, any of those things you can actually color over with your blends, and it will give a little bit of color to those. And how fun to have a little bit of a yellowish orange center now. Fun. Ta-da! A little bit of bling in the center. So nice. All right. So just to recap, we did make quite a few cards here. I hope you saw the versatility. This is staying in the new catalog, so yay to that. From soft and subtle colors, pretty and elegant, to pops of bright color. Here was my sunset card in silhouette. Here's that lasting elegance dies. These are gonna go, I think, these laser cut pieces that match with the Dandy Garden. We made this simple card and then a little bit stepped up. Thank you, Chris. Thanks for those of you who stuck with me the whole time. So much fun with this set. I love it. And here was this one too. So a lot of beautiful things can be made with this stamp set and with all the things that coordinate with it. That's why I love Stampin' Up. So again, thedrewdaily.stampinup.net. Order anytime. You don't have to use a hostess code, but if you use the host code this month around, I had said I would send you pieces for a card. I hope I remember which card that was, but this will be good through next Monday. So a few more days. And just check out the clearance rack, check out the retiring stuff. All of the retiring stuff from the annual catalog is while supplies last. So some of those things retiring, especially like I think the dies that I showed you, sorry, are probably already gone, because some of those dies are more than half off, are 70 to 75% off. So so check those things out now, because things go fast when they're on sale, right? It's the nature of it. So I'm so excited for May 4th to come around the corner too. So be watching. Hopefully next week I'll have more details on having a launch party for the new catalog, so you can get a new catalog in your hands. Those of you who are in my club, so Chris, you're still watching. This is yours. I just picked up my catalogs for all my club members, and I spiral bound. So that's a perk and a bonus to having to be in club with me, is I spiral bound my club members catalogs, so you can open them up nice. So I just got all of those done. Like here's this, my annual catalog, and it's so nice when you can just open it up to the page that you want it and set it down. So it is fun. I get this done at Staples. Some people own their own machines and bind them themselves, but I just don't have the time to do that. So for $5 at Staples, you can spiral bound any of your catalogs if you so desire. It's a fun way to carry it around and look. So that's a fun perk of being in club. But a perk of coming to the card class, I still have 3 spots left, guys. So 3 spots left for my card class. And that can be sometime this week still. I have openings on Thursday and Friday, and I still am pretty open next week. On Monday and Thursday, I have some openings for next week as well. So, a bonus, that's what I was saying. A bonus of coming to the class too is you will get the new catalog. So you'll get to browse through that early and start making your wish list for when May 4th rolls around and you can order from the new catalog. It's going to be awesome. So again, next week I should have more details on my launch party because it will be that first week in May, which is going to be just around the corner, guys. I can't believe how fast time is flying. It should not be snowing right now. Oh dear. So looking forward to Tuesday when it's supposed to maybe get to 70. Thanks guys so much for just watching me, for commenting, for you ask questions. I look back and I'm sorry if I missed any questions. I do look back and I try to respond if I missed any comments or questions. Even if you're watching the replay, feel free to ask questions and make comments. I love seeing the likes and the loves. You guys keep them coming. And even spread the word. When you share my video, I really appreciate that. Next year, I will start to try to dote on people a little bit more for sharing my videos as well. As next year, my 5-year-old will go to school and I will have all my children in school. So I'll have a little bit more time to spend on customer care and taking care of like you guys and being able to do a little bit more. So stick with me and hopefully things will just get better and you'll get more bonuses and more fun to come. In this next year when I have a little bit more time to take care of all my customers. And you're all people that I love. Thank you so much for coming on and supporting me and encouraging me. And like I said in the beginning, a lot of you guys who watch me are just some of my best friends too. And you speak my love language. And I've gotten notes from you guys and it just, it does feel like a hug. That's why I love cards so much, guys. So I hope you're inspired today. Thank you for visiting, and we will see you next time. And thanks, Rachel and Amy, for coming just last night. It was fun to see. It's so much fun to see people in person now and coming to classes. So it's so exciting for me. So have a great day, guys. Bye.